Good morning. I'm Technical Sergeant Daniel Huntington, Military Training Instructor Trainer, and I will be the narrator for today's morning. As flights move into position, we would like to take a moment and ask visitors to help us keep our graduates healthy and safe. Please cover your mouth while coughing or sneezing. Wash your hands frequently. Utilize hand sanitizer and avoid attendance at ceremonies if you're experiencing flu-like symptoms. For the safety and comfort for those around you, we ask that you refrain from entering the retreat pad and remain in your respective seating areas when taking photos during the ceremony. At the conclusion of the ceremony, you may proceed into the retreat pad after flights are dismissed. Please be cautious when ascending and descending the bleachers. Utilize the handrails and watch for tripping, slipping, and falling hazards. Restroom facilities are located in the reception center and to the right of the flagpole. During this morning ceremony, smoking and the consumption of alcoholic beverages is not permitted. At this time, please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. In the military, ceremonies are held to accord distinctive honors to national symbols and individuals on special occasions. These ceremonies are also used to display the proficiency and state of training in a command and to promote teamwork and pride in the organization. They also contribute to the nation as all movements that you will observe today are known as drill. These purpose of drill is not to enable a commander or non-commissioned officer, such as the military training instructor, the ability to move the units from one place to another in an orderly manner, to aid in training by instilling discipline and habits of precision in response to the leader's orders, and to provide the development for all leaders in the practice of commanding formations. Throughout today's ceremony, you will see the flight saluting as one form of drill. The civilian counterpart of the salute is manifested in various ways, such as placing the right hand over the heart when the national anthem is played, or raising their hand when greeting a friend. The military salute is given in the same manner and as a gesture of recognition and friendly greeting to a comrade in the honorable profession of arms. To maintain the proper decorum and respect for such events as this, we ask you to abide by the following standards where you are here. First, there will be times that you'll be asked to stand for the playing of the national anthem, the Air Force song, and the reciting of the Airmen's creed. Second, we ask that you remain silent during these times, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask that you pay respect to the flag during the national anthem. Military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem, you may return your hand to your side. Thank you, and enjoy today's ceremony. Now marching into position, Flight 250, led by Technical Sergeant Kathleen Harrell. Flight 251, led by Technical Sergeant Guy Reeves. Flight 252, led by Master Sergeant Alejandro Parra. Flight 235, led by Technical Sergeant Brittany Lipchetsky. Flight 254, led by Technical Sergeant Cindy Zeladon. Flight 255, led by Technical Sergeant Armando Jesus. Flight 256, led by Technical Sergeant Christopher Reynolds. Flight 257, led by Technical Sergeant Christopher Rozier. Flight 258, led by Staff Sergeant Caleb Jones. Flight 259, led by Staff Sergeant Natasha Moore. Flight 260, led by Technical Sergeant Jenna Abram. Flight 261, led by Technical Sergeant Kip Osley. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by trainees from the 331st Training Squadron, performing under the direction of retired Master Sergeant Samuel Johnson, Master Military Training Instructor, hometown Stratford, Connecticut. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic military training syllabus and training requirements, Drum and Bugle Corps members submit additional training hours for practice throughout the weeks of the training. Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork and the Air Force Corps values service before self. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition of live music at a formal training ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Davenport.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we gather and pause to observe the time-honored custom of retreat of our nation's colors. We hearken back to the days of old and still to this day that signal the ending of an official duty day for paying respect to our great flag. May the stars and stripes always be a beacon of light and liberty for all who see them. And may the colors be forever etched in our minds as symbols of those who have gone before us, paving the way for each airman today to trod on these hallowed grounds at Lackland Air Force Base. This morning, as the Tigers of the 319th Training Squadron prepare to graduate tomorrow from BMT, receive their coin today, my prayer is that this retreat ceremony will permanently render airmen as unwavering assets for the cause of freedom. I ask from this day forward that every time these airmen pause from their duties at the sound of the bugle, that they would be mindful of the generations who have fought our nation's wars and died for the flag that we honor today. Cause each of us, whether civilian, veteran, or military member, to never miss an opportunity to reflect on the great price paid and continuing to be paid for the red, white, and blue. This I pray in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Good morning and welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, and 1990 graduate of Basic Military Training, Colonel Jeff Pixley. The Acting Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training, and 2000 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Jared Roman. From the graduating squadron, the Commander, 319th Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Parrish. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 319th Training Squadron, and 2002 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Luis Torres, accompanied by his wife and 2003 graduate of Basic Military Training, Renee. Also in attendance with us today, the Vice Commander, 37th Training Wing, Colonel John Odell III. The Command Chief, 37th Training Wing, and 1994 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Mike Morgan. The Commander, 99th Air Base Wing, Colonel Joshua DeMott. The Command Chief, 99th Air Base Wing, and 1996 graduate of basic military training, Chief Master Sergeant Lester Larga Espada. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoyed today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master Sergeant Torres will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning, friends and family. I want to start by saying thank you to all of you in attendance for your continued support, as I know some of you have traveled great distances to be here with your loved ones. First and foremost, I would like to recognize some of the best non-commissioned and senior non-commissioned officers in the world, our military training instructors. Thank you for putting everything you have into these areas that we see in front of us today. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and time that you've poured into these men and women over the past few weeks. Your work is evident in each and every one of these areas. Thank you. For my graduating Tigers in the 319th Training Squadron, you look amazing. And I'm so proud of all of you. Let's give them a round of applause as well. Seven and a half weeks ago, you got off of a bus and began your transformation from civilians to airmen. During your 0-week brief, I asked all of you to reflect on what brought you to basic military training. Whether it was to start or continue a family legacy, seek education, financial stability, or to just get out of a bad situation. I challenge you to keep your eye on the prize, to allow your why to help guide you through the tough times you may encounter and help push you to never quit. Over the past 7.5 weeks, we have witnessed you overcome many challenges that probably made you question why you were here. And as we fast forward to today, as I look out amongst this formation, I can stand here and say, you did it. And you are now about to become the newest airman in the world's greatest Air Force. During my more than 20 years of service, I have learned many lessons that have both humbled and helped me be successful. As you embark on the beginning of your Air Force journey, I want to leave you with two things. First, challenge yourself to grow where you are planted. Regardless of your job or location that you find yourself in, make the best out of every opportunity that presents itself. The Air Force is going to ask a lot of you, and it will sometimes require you to be out of your comfort zone. There's always opportunity to grow, and give it your all, and you will succeed. Second, never forget about your wingman. Since day one of basic military training, we have stressed the importance of both team and having a good wingman. The Air Force is built on what you see to the left and the right of you, each other. You win as a team, and you lose as a team. The Air Force's greatest asset is people. Lastly, always remember that you will never leave an airman behind, you will never falter, and you will not fail. As your senior enlisted leader, I hereby acknowledge your completion of all graduation requirements and have recommended to Colonel Pixley and Chief Master Sergeant Roman that you receive your coveted Airman's coin, which signifies your transition today from trainees to airmen. Congratulations. As the first airman to graduate from the 319th Training Squadron, I am proud and honored to have served as your senior enlisted leader. Now let's show everyone some of our squadron pride. Military instructors, moving out of here.
At this part of the ceremony, the military training instructors will distribute the Venerable Airman's coin, and for the first time, distinct Space Force coins to our Space Force graduates. The lore of military coins has many colorful suspected origins. However, a popular story stems from World War I, where American volunteers formed flying squadrons in France during the Great War. One of the volunteers was a wealthy lieutenant who took great pride in his service and had medallions cast in bronze, with his squadron's emblem on them. He gave those medallions to every member of his unit. Not long after, one of the pilots was shot down behind enemy lines and was captured by a German patrol. The German forces confiscated the pilot's possessions except for the pilot's medallion that he wore around his neck. While in confinement in a small French village, the captured pilot took advantage of a nighttime bombardment by the Allies. He donned civilian clothes and escaped after crossing the front lines to safety. He came across a French outpost where he was initially thought to be a saboteur, until he showed them his unit coin. The French forces recognized the unit emblem, and instead of any harsher treatment, he received a bottle of wine. Today, several military units have developed their own coins and specific rules for them. Many organizations give out their unit coins to recognize outstanding performances and achievements. The coins the airmen and space professionals receive today are unique in that they originate here at the gateway to the Air Force and are only given to those who complete this rigorous course of instruction. On one side of the airman's coin, the original emblem of the Air Force resides as envisioned by General Henry Hap Arnold, one of the first military aviators and later commander of the Army Air Forces in World War II. Beneath the emblem, the year 1947, the birth date of the United States Air Force, and around the rim of the coin, the core values of the Air Force: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the newly recognized emblem of the Air Force, a symbol that honors the heritage of our past and represents the promise of our future. The emblem retains the core elements of the Henry Hap Arnold emblem, the Arnold wings, and the star within a circle. The modern effect of the emblem reflects our Air and Space Force today and into the future. Inscribed in a half circle above the contemporary Air Force emblem is the Air Force motto, "Aim high, fly, fight, win." And on the border of the coin, a reminder to all who see this is inscribed, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming an airman in the world's greatest Air Force." The Space Professional coin also has a distinctive design. On one side, it displays the original emblem of the Space Force, the Delta, which was first used by space units in 1961, and honors the heritage of the United States Space Force. Beneath the emblem is the year 2019, the birth date of the United States Space Force. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the Space Force motto, "Semper Supra," which translates to "always above." This represents the Space Force's role in establishing, maintaining, and preserving our nation's dominance and freedom of operations in the space domain. On the coin's border is a commemorative inscription that reads, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming a charter member of the United States Space Force."
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Parrish will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 37th Training Wing, home of Air Force Basic Military Training. 7.5 weeks ago, the airmen you see in front of you began a journey to join the world's greatest Air Force. I know that you have made many sacrifices to help them through these weeks of very difficult training. It is not lost on me the critical role that family and friends have in the success of every airman. I'm grateful to each and every one of you for the support you have given them, especially for your presence here today. Thank you. Seven weeks ago, we sat and talked with all the airmen in the room right behind me here, and Chief Torres asked if they believed that our military training instructors cared for each one of them. There were doubts. Some of them thought it was just their job and they didn't really actually care. Today, I believe those doubts are erased. Our military training instructors are some of the most talented, dedicated, and selfless people you will ever meet. A great personal sacrifice to themselves and their families, they were up early in the morning and stayed late at night, working tirelessly to turn these 499 individuals into this amazing team of professional military warriors that stand in front of you today. Please join me in thanking them for their incredible work. Our enlisted force is the backbone to the U.S. military. Retired Senior Enlisted Advisor to the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Command Sergeant Major John Troxell said, "The greatest advantage that our military has is in the human domain, in the people of our enlisted force. Our current facing threats, Russia and China, struggle to develop an enlisted force. China has strived for quality enlisted force from the 1990s, and Russia is currently struggling in conflict without them. They don't understand how we put so much faith and trust in our airmen. Our enlisted force executes the mission with great pride. We embrace a calling into the profession of arms that requires us to hold ourselves to higher standards. We're expected to be role models, competent experts in our crafts, and leaders of character. The men and women standing in front of you, in front of us, have all decided to raise their right hand and take an oath to defend this great nation. They will be our greatest strength in dealing with tomorrow's challenges." As we close out the first part of your training, you will continue this journey into technical school. As you move forward, I want to share a quote from Secretary Powell. "There are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. Take aim at your goals. Set yourself short-term and long-term goals as you seek to realize your fullest potential. Remember, we are all aiming at moving targets, and we must steady ourselves on our path. We need to study hard at technical training, put ourselves in tough positions to promote growth, and make our units and each other better. Seize the common occasions and make them great. The weak wait for opportunities. If we work hard preparing ourselves, opportunities tend to arise. And when those opportunities present themselves, strike. Take aim of your goals, steady yourself on the path, and strike when opportunities knock. It has been a great honor to be your first squadron commander in the Air Force, and I'm proud to serve with each of you. I look forward to seeing the difference you make in our Air Force. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Colonel Parrish. At this time, we'd like to take the opportunity to recognize basic military training's most outstanding performer, someone who demonstrated their ability to successfully navigate all assessments, testing their physical abilities, academic aptitude, and adaptability to the military environment through multiple progress checks. This airman has surpassed all others in the challenges of training and has earned the distinction of being the top graduate of this class. The top graduate is from Flight 253, Airman Brett Colley. He is from Colon, New York, and joined the Air Force to become a heavy equipment operator. And his stands cheering are his brother Joel, sister Catherine, and girlfriend Bethany. His recruiter is Technical Sergeant Thomas Bayou from the Air National Guard, Niagara Falls Air Base, New York. Please stand as a sign of unity as the top graduate leads us through the Airman's Creed. Instructors, place your flights at attention.
I am an American Airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American Airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American Airman, guardian of freedom and justice. My nation's sword and shield, its century and adventure. I defend my country with my life. I am an American Airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave the airman behind. I will never falter, and I will not fail.
Please be seated. Instructors, place your flights at ease. This morning, we honor our heritage of military customs and traditions, as we welcome our new airmen to the Department of the Air Force. There are two purposes for this morning's retreat ceremony. The retreat ceremony is a solemn event conducted at every United States military installation around the globe. It signifies the end of the official duty day, and today is symbolic of the end of a training for all our graduates. But more importantly, it is to pay respect to our nation's flag. When we offer our respect for our flag to our national anthem, we have an opportunity to reflect on the democratic principles that have made our nation great. The meaning of freedom, dignity of individuals, and the pursuit of happiness, and our national unity all come into mind when you think of our flag. It is a symbol of our nation to the world. Military members have a special bond with this flag. These airmen are part of the flag tradition because it symbolizes the spirit and sacrifice of the military and dedication to the defense of the great nation and the principles it represents. When we salute the flag as it's lowered, we ask you to think. Think about the flag flying over Arlington and other national cemeteries. Think about the flag being carried into combat by the service members who preceded us. Think about the freedom Americans enjoy today. Freedom without precedent in the history of the world. The men and women who stand before you today represent the projection and strength behind our flag. Our flag security detail consists of members from the graduating squadron, led by Staff Sergeant Patrick Romero. Our commander of airmen is Master Sergeant Joel Paulington. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the sounding of retreat and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Retreat! Squadron! Fire! His heart! Present! Present! Heart! Order! Order! Heart!
The flag stands for peace, honor, truth, justice, and freedom. In the armed forces of the United States, during the ceremony of the retreat, the flag is lowered, folded in a triangle fold, and kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning, it is brought out at the ceremony of reverence. The flag has been torn into strips and used as bandages for wounded combatants on the battlefield. It has been placed in the trembling arms of a grieving parent at the grave of their fallen son or daughter. It is flown at half-staff to honor our military members. The flag has flown in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. It has flown at Valley Forge, Shiloh, and Gettysburg. It was there at San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, in the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, and on the beaches of Normandy. It was waved at Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, Somalia, Kuwait, Iraq, and in Afghanistan. The flag has been burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that America has helped set free. Yet, it remains invincible.
Flag is secured. Battalion College!
please remain standing for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force song. Congratulations on achieving this historic milestone that marks the beginning of your career. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seating areas. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Families with graduates in the German Bureau Corps are asked to wait for their graduates on the north side of the west bleachers. While they secure their equipment, we ask that you refrain from running onto the retreat pad, and please use caution when descending the bleachers. Town Pass ends at 2000 hours. When dropping off graduates, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at the 37th Wing, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. All graduates are now released to the... All graduates are now with their families. Airmen, if you lost a flight cap, report it to the podium to retrieve it. Top graduate and family, please report to the podium to retrieve your certificate. Top graduate and family, please report to the podium and retrieve your certificate.